So you want to have sick defense. Be able to block these fucked ass mix-ups, right? Well, it's pretty simple, and crazy enough, you just need to start blocking. Like, actually blocking. When you're knocked down on the ground and they run over, do their Oki, get their close sash or whatever, don't panic jab, panic throw, backdash, jump, or DP every time. Just block. Because if you're doing these things consistently and you're getting hit, you're just going to always be in an incredibly shit position. A strong blocking defense is really going to be the only thing that makes the person on the advantage second guess themselves. If you're just simply blocking everything, then it's up to them to try and switch it up and push harder to make an actual opening. Now, watch your opponent closely. It's a lot easier to react to the moves they throw out if you're keeping a good eye on them. Get comfortable with being in a disadvantaged state. Instead of trying to immediately scram or squirm out, slow down and think about the scenario that you're in. That way in the future, it'll just be built into you and allow you to actually make quick, smart, squirmy decisions instead of poor, fast ones. Understand the opponent's block strings. Either know or try to note when the opponent is even able to throw in their mix-up, whether that be high-low, left-right, strike-throw, or a combination of it. That way you can focus on only what can actually happen, reducing the total mental load and making it a lot easier to react to. Basically, your mental load is everything that you're trying to think about at one time. And it's going to get to the point that you're blocking or not dealing with anything and you're just getting shit on. So you want to go through your mental load and take out what you don't need if that mental load is too much for you. So say for instance, after Chip's first Rekka, you are pretty good at dealing with Rekka 1 and then Rekka 3, but he's starting to throw in grabs and you're trying to think about grabs 2 and now you're getting hit by all of them. Thinking about it, getting hit by Rekka 1 or 3 is a lot worse, especially if he has 50 meter, than getting hit with grab, especially in the mid screen as well. So, you just stop thinking about the grab and start focusing on the Rekka 3 and 1. You'll start blocking them, you'll get grabbed a few times, and eventually your mental load will get to the point where you can handle it. Fuzzy blocking is when you preemptively, let's say preemptively block low and then high, or left and then right, or vice versa. And you don't do this off reaction, you do this because a lot of mix-ups will have different timings based on the different types of hits. For instance, from chip 5k, 2k will come out a lot faster than 6k, so you can block low and then rotate upwards after he does 5k. And then you'll either block the 2k if it comes out because you started with 2k, or you started blocking low and 2k is faster, and then because you rotated up to high, you'll also be there in time to block 6k. And if he does 5k again, it's a mid, and you'll still block it. You can additionally do this with a grab or backdash input to try and beat a strike throw game, but that's a little bit more difficult. Now that you're properly blocking, let's start talking about conditioning. It's this idea that the more you do something over and over and over again, the less likely someone else is going to think that you're going to do something else, and the less prepared they're going to be to actually handle it. So, it's pretty simple, right? No, because it's fucking everywhere, and you have to deal with it all the time. It happens in neutral, on offense, on defense, on different parts of Oki and different parts of block strings. So it can be pretty hard to remember what's intentionally being done multiple times. And so all you can really do is just try your best to keep up. And try to do it in places where you notice you're getting hit the most, or where you notice you hit them the most. That's where you want to focus your thought process of conditioning. Like say if Chip is always doing Rekka 1 into Rekka 2, like all the time, you might just do Rekka 1 into Rekka 3, try to throw you for a fat loop, so be prepared for that if you notice something is happening a little too much. And you can do the same. Say you just got 2 or 3 nice counter hit DPs in a row on wake up, they're more inclined to block on your wake up or stand farther away. Either way, if you're paying attention and notice them standing still, you can take the time to run an advantage or escape. Also pay attention to meter, yours and theirs. People are way more likely to go for riskier moves if they have more meter to make it safe. For instance, with chip 6k, it's minus on block, barely plus on hit, has literally no comms without meter, but with meter can lead to huge damage, which means that when chip has 50 plus meter, he's a lot more likely to do it. So now you can add that to your mental stack, where before you didn't need to worry about it too much and wasn't as important to be in your mental stack. Meter also gives you more options that you should really take advantage of. For instance, FD and instant FD. Instant FD is really only reasonable to do on your wake up, so don't worry about it too much. And YRC. YRC might be the most impactful because it's usually just a free way to take your turn back and, even go on the offensive. So to do it, you just press roam and cancel when someone's hitting your block. People can try to read your YRC and either you roam and cancel after a move and then block, or some moves they can literally just block after. So don't use it too hastily or you'll get punished. But just the threat of it can also cause people to slow down their offense and maybe give you a moment to take advantage or do a smart match or escape option. You need to realize which moves FD works really well on. Because if you're just spamming it or just holding it, you're going to completely deplete your meter, which is your most valuable resource. So for instance, against Soul, it can take away his far slash into 5H frame trap, so using it against his far slash is really powerful. And it just gives you the space to escape almost guaranteed, given you're not in the corner. Oh, and instant FD does the same, it just reduces their options by even more. You need to mash sometimes to get people to just stop overstepping. But try and be thoughtful about the moves you're mashing and the moves you're mashing in between. So say Sin is doing close slash and a close slash and a close slash, which is +1 on block, and he's doing a 7 frame move, so technically there's only a 6 frame gap, but he has to walk, blah 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 blah. You want to do a fast move and not a fucking 2H buffer. That's just gonna kill you. He's doing it, you do 2H, get counter, oh my god, why the fuck can I not press a button? What are you, fucking stupid? What the fuck are you doing? There's like 7 to 10 frames. You cannot be doing something that's 20 frames long. Do something fast. Do a jab or do 2K and see if that works. And even that might not work sometimes. Maybe you need to go for a throw. Maybe you need the back dash. But if they're doing shit like this, you have options. So try and figure them out and be smart about it instead of just stupidly mashing the first thing that comes to your mind. But don't overdo it, okay? Because you start mashing, they actually just need to do something consistent once, and then you're going to get fucking counter hit killed. You need to notice when you get hit in the air. When you get hit in the air, you're much more minus, they're a lot more plus, so don't go trying to challenge after you block the 6P in the air. It's just not going to work out. Use invincible reversibles in block strings. Some moves naturally frame trap into others, meaning there's at least a 1 frame gap there no matter what. So if you do an invincible reversible, you'll counter hit them. So either if the person you're playing is consistently going for these types of frame traps, or they're consistently staggering between moves without respecting your options, throw it in once or twice, because if you do it too much, they're just going to start blocking and fucking eating you alive. And so what it'll start to do is get them to slow down their pressure so much that they're truly negative, giving you an opportunity to, take the advantage or escape. Go over them. When you're in the corner, sometimes you just need to fucking leave. Instant air dash over them. I don't care if you get hit, you'll be minus, or like hit on block. Because if you get hit on block, bar screen or mid screen, that is a lot better than getting hit in the fucking corner. Grab. When things get awkward, you enter a scramble, someone whiffs a close move, or they get just blocked on a minus move, grabs become a really good option. It's literally the fastest move in the game, comes out on just frame 2, and always leads into some type of OG. Also, if you're really confident that they're going to go for a throw from a visual tell, responding with grab is your best response, because it gives you a lot of extra times than other options, because when you get grabbed, there's a 6 frame window where you can press grab again to counter their grab, meaning you can live on even a little bit of a late read, or if you try to backdash or jump at that point, you're getting thrown. Lab. Simply put, when something happens and you just don't know how to fucking deal with it, lab it out. Try to search for a solution, be smart about it. There's really nothing that's actually infinite, I'm pretty sure, except for like maybe some Jacko pressure with like 50 meter. So, you should be able to find an answer. Don't forget to sit and think a little bit. Think about the opponent's game plan, which means of them as the player and or the character, because a lot of players play characters very differently and are going to be searching for different things. Where at the same time, characters all kind of play similarly. So think about both a little bit. Like, what do they want? Are they someone who's going for a lot of grabs? Are they somebody who wants to get a lot of overheads? And then, respond in a way that makes sense for that type of game plan. But don't just sit there in contemplation, because you will get fucking hit if you're thinking too much. When it comes down to it, you just need to trust your instincts, because there's not time to second guess yourself. Trust your instincts, and then when your instincts are wrong, think about it, and then your instincts will naturally get better. It's kind of confusing, but it'll work out. Be creative. Pulling out unique defensive options may not always be the most optimal, but it could be that key to throwing off your opponent's offense just enough for you to gain the advantage. especially if they've never seen someone else do it. It's really hard for them to act confidently because the proper answer isn't always built into them for the scenario. To wrap it up, just keep at it, and remember that offense is still strong as fuck in this game, so getting counter hit or thrown a few times is pretty normal, and you just kind of gotta hold those. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching now. I'll see you in the next one.